Welcome back to Finals Day, quarterfinal number 3. Just getting started. Stephanie Gilmore taking on Bronte Macaulay. Both Australian from different sides of the wonderful country. West Oz is where Bronte Macaulay calls her home. And we know Stephanie Gilmore, the queen of Snapper Rocks, having a stellar season already. 2 big wins. And Bronte Macaulay had a matchup with Gilmore at Uluwatu, trying to get a win off Gilmore. Has been challenging in her career. Steph getting things started. Front side wrap into the pocket. Nice snap off the top, and the lip's going to take her down.
Nervous moments when Steph falls off on her first wave. It generally snowballs the wrong way.
Now Bronte Macaulay up and down. Another short wave there for Macaulay. So this one just getting warmed up. Macaulay came in from her heat this morning. That was the heat that went on that hold, and she had to wait to surf those final 2 minutes. She came in, she was freezing. And that one's going to roll on through. Gilmore out the back. Obviously, he's been very busy ever since she accomplished her first world title, going on surf trips, hanging out with superstars all around the world. Now focused on this one. Solid wall to start up. Beautiful frontside arc. Right into a money turn. Laying that rail off the top. Third decision. Frontside wrap again. Beautiful motion for Gilmore. Back to the lip. Carving through that beautiful section, and she will drive once again through the open face. Showing off that rail line and keeping it casual and effortless from start to finish.
It's gonna, would have been a lot closer, but this way from Steph Gilmore. Have a look at these turns out on the open face, especially this one right here, jamming it in the pocket. Now the wave goes a little whitewater on the face, but Steph just connecting nicely, keeping that rail engaged, keeping those fins moving. Right there again, just hook it into it. Must look full cover up as this wave jams down the line. Steph Gilmore looking more and more comfortable as this day progresses. A little shaky in the beginning of the heat, but now she's back on track and has dropped a great score. But just the technique, you can see how she stands up tall, then compresses, and then just that big, beautiful swooping maneuver, open wingspan. Little check turn at the end of that, extending that back leg. Just beautiful surfing from Stephanie Gilmore. That bottom fin popping out of the water, so you know that board is right on the rail, putting everything into it.
Start with Bronte's wave here.
Well, beautiful clean face, great wave selection. Nice opening maneuver from Bronte. She drives off the bottom and hooks it in the pocket again, just on her way to a great wave here. And then watch this turn, just straight up vertical, snaps it again, and then finishes strong. Mid-face bottom turn up through the lip there. Unbelievable stuff.
For Steph, feels like a long time ago since Tyler Rice had 2 consecutive reigns on the top 17. Here we go. Paddling into this one is Steph Gilmore. Coming off that 7.0. Clean start off the top. Beautiful rhythm on the wrap. Wide open face. She'll hook it back into the power source. So similar start on this one. Feels it under the lip real quick. Full wrap back into the pocket again. Classic rail work from Gilmore. She's trying to stay on her feet through the turbulence on the inside. Thinking about a double up. Now setting up that rail to pull in. Just a quick one in the pocket. Back out in front. Back to top turn wraps, and she'll get out of there. So she's featured that beautiful turn off the top multiple times through her 7.0. Now getting a solid backup to strengthen her lead.
Let's have a look at Steph's wave here. Just a smaller inside one. And that's not a bad thing. Sometimes those bigger set waves go a little wider. Doesn't really give you the scoring opportunity, but Steph starting to crank it up. Keeping that right in the power source. That beautiful jam maneuver right there. Sort of a down carve and then back into the power source yet again. You can tell she's looking for the tube through this inside bowl. She's already got one today and she's looking for another one. Saw Lakey Peterson pull in but didn't come out, as did Joanne Defay. Steph Gilmore, a little bit of a cover up there, comes out nice and quick and finishing off this way.
Back to live action, Macaulay. Sending some water to the sky. She belts one off the lip. Little racetrack section opening up. Deep off the bottom, clean hack. using the critical part of the wave quite well. Another deep bottom turn, attacking it again on that 5.8 from DHD, looking solid, total control. She's been so used to riding smaller equipment the last couple of years on tour, but this is the same board she used at bigger Margaret River. Kind of convinced him to paddle up the point to get that last wave to take the win. This was Bronte's last wave, Potts.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Bronte's on her way to backing that 7.83 up. She's going to need to. Steph just dropped an 8.0, but Bronte looking sharp. Beautiful snap off the top and just timing it nicely. Waiting for the wave to stand up, and now she goes to town again. Just a little bit of a different turn, more of a carve, as opposed to that vertical snap in the pocket. But beautiful style. You can see looking over her shoulder. Now she lays into it. Got that board well and truly on the rail. Now the top body pivots, and look at that. Beautiful body position right there from Bronte Macaulay. This is would have to be some of the best surfing I think I've seen Bronte do. She's got Steph and keeping her very close, missing that wave.
Back to live action. Gilmore already answering. Looks like she's got a bit more urgency in her step. Two big moves out the back. Now floating this section, hoping for a double up. She'll fade it. This thing will grow and reload to this inside. Casual, setting up the barrel. The six-time world champ now forced to drive a bit further. And you know she's going to be disappointed that thing just didn't coil up.
Sit all that time waiting for the barrel, and then it doesn't show up, and then you kind of got to go around it. You've missed a lot of waves, so you've got to really be clear on the waves you catch, and you know they're going to tube ride. But this one had a bit of separation, and you can tell as she went for that floater maneuver. And then watch the knowledge that Steph Gilmore has. Look how she just faded back, waited for it, and now she sort of comes off the bottom, hits the brakes again, slowing herself down, but just due to the white water on the face of the wave, she knew that one wasn't going to barrel, and then decided to kick out.
Bronte's on the next one. Just up and out quickly, still waiting for a previous number, so judges taking their time, making a decision with this heat. So Lakey's saying anyone's in the title race, but history shows you've got to be at least 1, 2, or 3 in the world at the halfway mark.
Yeah.
Watching this now, 5-minute warning, Gilmore. Nice, easy setup. Just wants this thing to build and size down the line. And that one's just going to run in front of her. Bronte still holds priority, needing a 7.18. Nothing changing to Gilmore's lead.
Steph did exactly that, but it didn't work out. So nothing lost, nothing gained. Back to the drawing board. But have a look at it. This had a strange sort of crease that went through the wave. There was a big set that came through up at Boneyards. There's a bit of a reflection, a bit of reverb off the reef that created a little wobble in this wave. And Steph said, no, thank you. I'm out of here. You know, to match, to be tied with the best ever out here at Jeffreys Bay. I mean, that just means that you're doing everything right. You know, I think win, lose or draw for Bronte. She's got to walk away holding her head up high. She's done well. She surfed incredible as she pushed the champ right to the end there. There was no walkthrough for Steph Gilmore in quarterfinal number 3, but that 8-point ride became very important.
A tie-break decision for Gilmore to take the win.